I'm going to say good Shabbos to some empty seats. I think the rabbi has her following, and when she's not here, they're not here. That's my sense. I can't do anything about that. Is there anybody else here, Jim? What? I guess Amy has her following, and if she's not here, maybe they don't come?
Well, if I'm the only one, you hear somebody singing.
I have you and Mark, and Lior, I got enough. I'm cool. I have 6:31. Are we supposed to start? Hi, guys. It's good to see you. Gabriel?
Yes.
Are we starting?
Yes, we can start, but I thought we were waiting for Amy. But we can start now.
No, I'm on tonight.
All right, yeah, we can start now.
Okay. Good Shabbos, everyone. Would you believe it? It's time to pray. Please, if you will take your seats. My name is Cantor Rochelle Nelson. It's a pleasure to be with you out there in TV land and in Zoom land and here in the congregation. We open our service with Hine Matov, which you can find, I think, on page 4 of your prayer book. And I'm not 100% correct there, so try page 10. I was only off by 6. Okay, here we go. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Here we go again. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. How good it is, how good it is, how sweet it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how good it is, how sweet it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. Shalom Aleichem, Salam Aleikum. Shalom Aleichem, Salam Aleikum. Shalom Aleichem, Salam Aleikum. Shalom Aleichem, Salam Aleikum. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. I would love for all of my beautiful people out here to come up and help me light candles, if you will, if you're comfortable doing it. Mark, you want to light candles with us?
Make it a real community act.
Mark Nedlin, would you like to light candles? Alex, would you like to come up and light candles? Love to have you up here. Just don't tell Lila. Okay. All right. Jim, would you do us the honor, Jim? Oh, okay. That's absolutely. Please.
Are you going to say the blessing?
Sure, I will. I'm going to sing it. bless these beautiful Shabbos lights together. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Amen. Well, while you're all up here, greet each other and wish each other good Shabbos. As we come back to our seats, the way in which in the morning when you want to run, you stretch first. Well, you're supposed to. I know there's people that don't, but it's not good. Basketball players, whatever your sports is, you've got to stretch before you take off. Well, the same thing happens. We have Kabbalat Shabbat. It's a time to stretch. It's the time that we warm up and get ready to pray. So join me on page 24 for Shalom Aleichem, and then we'll go back to page 20 for Lecha Dodi. Yeah, get those hands going, even at home. Hi, Fran. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon. Mi melech malachei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu. Boachem l'shalom malachei hashalom malachei elyon. Mi melech malachei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu. Barchuni l'shalom, malachei hashalom, malachei elyon. Mi melech malachei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu. Tzeitichem l'shalom, malachei hashalom, malachei elyon. Mi melech malachei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu. Mi melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu. Page 20, Lecha Dodi. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala. Join me, Penei Shabbat. Nikabela Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Penei Shabbat. Nikabela Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, Hishmianu el hamyuchad. Adonai echad u'shemo echad, Shemo tiferet v'litila. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Penei Shabbat. Nikabela Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Penei Shabbat. Nikabela Likrat Shabbat, Lechu v'nelcha, Ki hi mekor habracha, Merosh mikedem nesucha, Sof maaseh b'machshavat techila. Lecha Dodi. Likrat kala. Look who's coming in. B'nei Shabbat. Nikabela. Lecha Dodi. Woo! Likrat kala. B'nei Shabbat. Nikabela. Hitoreri. Hitoreri. Ki ba'orech kumi ori. Uri, uri, shir daberi kevod Adonai, alayich nigla. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat, nikabela. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat. We rise and we look at the entrance. We don't look at Lior, but we look at the Shabbos bride who enters and makes our Shabbos that much more beautiful. Boi b'shalom ateret bala, gam b'simcha ub'tzohala. Toch emunei am segula, boika la. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat, nikabela. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat, nikabela. While you're still standing, now that we all should feel a little warmed up, let's turn to page 28 and join together in the call to worship, the Baruch Hu. Lai, 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 ya la, lai, lai. Ya la 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 la, la la la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Barechu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Lai, 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 ya la, lai, lai. Ya la 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 la, la la la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la. You may be seated if you'd like, or you can remain standing. We continue on page 31. Let's read the bottom in English. This is an hour of change. Within it, we stand uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it, we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? Baruch atah Adonai ha'ma'ariv aravim. We continue on page 32, Ahavat Olam. Ahavat Olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha ahavta. Torah u'mitzvot, chukim u'mishpatim, otanu limadeta. Al ken Adonai Eloheinu, ובשוכבנו ובקומנו נשיח בחוקיך ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד. כי הם חיינו ויורך ימינו ויורך ימינו, ובהם נהגה יומם ולילה יומם ולילה. יבטח אל תשים ממנו לעולמים, ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו Yisrael. Please rise for the Shema. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. You may continue standing through the Shema and its blessings, or you may be seated. V'yahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אמת. Freedom. Freedom means so much to so many people and in so many different ways. When you're a young child, I think freedom means your choice to get ice cream if you feel like it, or stay up late, right? Or have French fries and a hamburger, have your parents not tell you what to do. That's freedom for most young people, I pray. I pray that's what freedom is, though there are millions of children that don't know that freedom. And then there's the freedom of the emotional part of us as we grow older. That part that sometimes makes us feel locked up in some kind of a dark space in our lives. And we work hard bringing on the light day after day, one step forward, one step backwards, another step forward, until we finally really see that we have gotten to the other side of the waters, just like Miriam and Moses and Aaron. So when we celebrate the Mi Chamocha tonight, think about how you feel free. Are there places in you that still feel locked up that you're working on? Are there places that you were working on and now you can delight in the light? And think of these things as we sing a piece that means so much to us, a piece of liturgy, the Mi Chamocha. You can find it on page 38. Actually, 40, page 40. This is a beautiful setting by Shlomo Carlebach. May he rest in peace. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, no rak tehilot osef ele, no rak tehilot osef ele, malechutecha ra'u banecha, בוקי הים לפני משה, זה אלי, ענו ויאמרו, זה אלי, ענו ויאמרו, לי, 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya 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 la 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 ya la 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 ya la la ya la la ya la 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 la. Here we go. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. We know these words. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom. Before I continue, it's so beautiful to see that our people here tonight that want to pray with us and support us and be with us. So I just want to recognize as many as I can. I see Alice and Fran. I see Brian, who probably... Look at those flowers, Brian Leslie. They're beautiful. They're really beautiful. Yes, hi. And I see Michelle, and I see Marissa, and Carla, and Francis, and Alyssa, and Linda. There you are, Fran. Fran, I wish I was sitting where you were. That's the way to spend Shabbos. Okay. And speaking of rest, which Fran seems to be sitting back and enjoying the Shabbos this way. The Hashkivenu is about rest. It's like a lullaby. It's a beautiful piece of music and a beautiful piece of liturgy. And if you look on page 42 at the bottom, we could read this together. 42. Grant, O God, that we lie down in peace, and we raise up our guardian to life renewed. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Guide us with your good counsel, for your name's sake. Be our help. Shield and shelter us beneath the shadow of your wings. Defend us against enemies, illness, war, famine, and sorrow. Distance us from wrongdoing. For you, God, watch over us and deliver us. For you, God, are gracious and merciful. Guard our going and our coming to life and to peace evermore. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom aleinu, v'al kol amo Yisrael v'al Yerushalayim. Blessed are you, God, our guardian, who shelters us with peace and spreads over us this beautiful canopy of peace for all your people Israel and over all of Jerusalem. Hashkivenu. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom. Ve'ha'amidenu malkeinu l'chaim. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Shelter us beneath thy wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us, God, wrong from right. Amen. 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 One more time. Amen. come now to the central core of our service, the tefillah, otherwise known as the Amidah. If you'd like to rise, please. You can face east like me, or you can face, is this west? Which way is this? So what's this? Oh, or you can face north, the way Temple Israel was built back then. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avoteinu v'imotenu Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah. Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor Hanora, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, V'konei HaKol, V'zocher Chastei Avot Ve'imahot, U'mevii Geula Livnei B'neihem, L'ma'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Be'ezrat Sarah, page 50. Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh Kol Atarav Lehoshia. Mashiv Haruach Umorid Hagashem, Mechalkel Chayim Bechesed, Mechayeh HaKol Berachamim Rabim. Sohomech Noflim Verofech Oholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Michamocha Ba'al Gevurot, Umido Melach, Melech Meimi, Umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman atah lahachayot ha'akol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh ha'akol. Atah kadosh Shemcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom yahalelucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el ha'kadosh. May be seated. We're going to take a moment and think of what we are grateful for. And then, after you've thought for 5 seconds, because it should come right to you, God willing, I want you to look to the person behind you, in front of you, walk across the aisles, and share something you're grateful for, because I'm going to do the same thing. I'm also grateful tonight for Mary Morgan. Mary, you sponsored these beautiful flowers tonight in memory of your mother. That was a very beautiful thing. Every time I see sunflowers, I think of my mother, because that was her beautiful flower. So I hope that seeing them up here tonight means something to you. Was it the roses she loved? The daisies, the beautiful white daisies, so beautiful. Thank you. I've got a roof over my head. I've got a warm place to sleep. Sometimes I lie awake counting gifts instead of counting sheep. I've got a heart that can hold love. I've got a mind that can think. There may be times when I lose the light and let my spirit sink, but I can't stay depressed when I remember how I'm blessed. Grateful, grateful, truly grateful I am. Grateful, grateful, truly blessed and duly grateful. And as I hope that we had some thoughts of what we are so grateful for, now let's take a few moments and share that gratitude with God in silence. יהיו לרצון עם גרייפי והגיון ליבי לפניך. Try it with me. יהיו לרצון עם גרייפי והגיון ליבי לפניך. אדוני צורי וגואלי. אדוני צורי וגואלי. יהיו לרצון עם רייפי והגיון ליבי לפניך. You know, writing a sermon is like composing a piece of music. You write the first thoughts down, your first few lines, and then you start building on it. Just like music, it's the same idea. You start with a small little melody, and then you expound on it, and you help it to grow and blossom. So I started working on this on Monday. I've worked on it every single day because I approached it like a piece of music. And I kept tweaking it and adding, taking some stuff out, adding, just as I do when I write music. And I write a piece of music, I write it usually over, it depends on the size of it, but normally I work on it for at least 2 weeks because I keep playing it and I keep hearing something new and something different. So I have to apologize for all the times that I thought that, you know, rabbis had it so easy, because we don't. This is the portion Vayechi. I'm going to take a sip of water. I have officiated at a lot of life cycle events throughout my career. I've held hundreds of babies in my arms and blessed them, their little punim. I have officiated at more b'nai mitzvah and weddings than I can even count. At one time, I was doing 121 in 1 year. I have resided over too many funerals, some so tragic that it is difficult to even talk about them. But this is the circle of life. And this is exactly what the book of Genesis is all about. As we bid this first book of the Torah farewell after the Shabbat tomorrow. And we say, Lehitraot, we'll be seeing you soon again. Bereshit is about relationships, family, faith, and freedom. To sum it all up, we travel from the family of Adam, and the second creation, Noah, to the family of humankind and the one man's family, the major patriarch of all, Avraham, or Abraham. First, Jacob blesses his grandsons, Ephraim and Manasseh. He gives them the very same blessing that a father gives to his son or sons on the Sabbath. Jacob's blessing to his grandsons is the only place in the Torah that a grandfather blesses his grandsons. So why is this important? Why is this blessing so important? So perhaps the relationship a father has with his son might be fraught with some tension, disappointment, and unfulfilled expectations. However, the relationship between grandfather and grandson is more bound to accent the love and the acceptance without tension or criticism. Second, Jacob blesses his 12 sons. He blesses all of them together in the same room and at the same time. Though not all of Jacob's blessings sound like curses, he reminds his sons, especially the three eldest, Reuben, Simeon, and Levi, that they need to keep their behavior in check, especially their capacity for anger. Jacob wants his eldest sons to be a good and healthy role model, an example for their younger brothers. Remember, as you think back, that Isaac blesses Esau and Jacob, right? He blesses them separately, while there is no record of Abraham blessing either of his sons. This gathering of all of Jacob's sons together, all 12 of them, should remind us of what happens in the beginning of the Exodus story. The Israelites are, for the first time, described as a people. Genesis tells the story of family, of conflict, and of resolution, but not of a united people. Without passing down this legacy of community and oneness, how could the Jewish people have possibly survived as a nation once they left Egypt? How would they have ever united to become a family, working and celebrating together throughout their many challenges? And third, after the death of Jacob, the brothers asked Joseph to forgive them. Remember Jacob and Joseph and the whole thing with the technicolored dream coat? He had forgiven once before to them, but the brothers were concerned that after their father died, Joseph might seek revenge. That's what he was worried about. That was never the Jewish way, though. And Joseph instead answers them and says to them from Genesis chapter 50, verse 20, "Even though you intended to harm me, God intended it for good." So we learn in this first book of the Torah about forgiveness, and that no matter what crisis may occur, family continues to come first, and family is sacred. What we learn is that without this human bond of belonging, we will never feel totally in control and powerful. Instead, we will feel fragile and deeply insecure. We will not truly feel the comforts of belonging, but instead, we will feel detached and somewhat lost. Sibling rivalry is a repeated theme in Bereshit, in Genesis. Remember, close to the beginning of the story, Cain kills Abel, tensions soar between Sarah and Hagar, anger and trickery develops between Jacob and Esau, between Joseph and his brothers, even coming close to murder. With all this dysfunction, and anger, it is simply amazing that the significance of family is not almost completely diminished. Children continue as central to God's blessing, no less than the gift of the land. It's as if the Torah is telling us with great honesty that yes, families can be very challenging. The relationship between husband and wife, between parents and children, it isn't easy. We know that. But as witnessed in the stories from our Torah, we must continue to work at it. There are no guarantees that we will ever get it right within our household. In fact, often we don't. But this is our most human institution, the family. It is these relationships that have held the Jewish people together. It's our culture that creates mega moments for family with food, wine, music, dance, language, and with humor. Our history is one of family rituals, even performed on the most terrifying moments in history. So much of our music is built on the love of family. A psalm we sang tonight, Hine Ma Tovu, from Psalm 133. Hine Ma Tovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. How good and pleasant it is for all of us to dwell together. And what is the choreography? We all grab each other's arms and we sway back and forth. That's family, that's unity. James Wilson, an American political scientist, put it beautifully. And he said, we learn to cope with the people of this world. We learn to cope with the people of this world because we learn to cope with the members of our family. Those who flee the family flee the world. Bereft of the former's affection, tutelage, and challenges, they are unprepared for the latter's, for tests, judgments, and demands. That's so true. This is exactly what Bereshit is all about. It's not about the creation story, which takes up, by the way, one chapter only, but it's about conflict, tension, jealousy, forgiveness, and most of all, the ability to let go and move forward. In other words, Genesis is about the formation of the human personality with its ups and its downs, and its capacity for cruelty, and its capacity for compassion and empathy. So as we rehash the memories of our own childhood, and by the way, I think that that's the reason we have so many Jewish psychologists. No matter the challenges and perhaps frustrations we might have encountered along the way, let us also remember that it was within our family unit that we learned our coping skills, our ability to fight and then to forgive, our ability to pick up broken pieces of our lives and mend them once again, and finally, to learn that the greatest support system ever created, even with its many flaws, was and will always be our families. Ken Yehi Ratzon, may this be God's will. ואהבת לרעך כמוך, ואהבת לרעך כמוך, זה כלל גדול בתורה, זה כלל גדול בתורה. ואהבת לרעך כמוך, ואהבת לרעך כמוך, גדול בתורה, זה כלל גדול בתורה. neighbor. Love your neighbor. Love your neighbor as yourself. Love your neighbor. Love your neighbor as yourself. This is the teaching of our Torah. This is the teaching of our Torah. Ve'ahavta l'reacha kamocha. Ve'ahavta l'reacha kamocha. This is teaching. This is teaching of Torah. This the teaching. This the teaching of Torah. Ve'ahavta l'reacha kamocha. Ve'ahavta l'reacha kamocha. Love your neighbor as yourself. Love your neighbor as yourself. It's amazing to me that we have literally finished, as of tomorrow evening, as of tomorrow afternoon, the first book of the Torah will now be in the Exodus in Shemot. But tomorrow at Torah study, we're going to talk about blessings. You can bring a blessing to us that you created for someone else or for yourself or for our community. And we can also look at the many blessings that have been bestowed upon us through our rich heritage of our Torah. Now comes that point in the service of blessing again, the Misha Berach. It's a blessing for those who've been ill, whether it is physically or emotionally. And we as Jews, we don't bless each other. We ask God to bless us, and we ask God to bless those we love. And so if you have someone you'd like to mention for the Misha Berach, just call out their names. Yes. Those of you that are on the screen, if you want to put names into the chat, I'm unable to get on it, but you can watch it with each other and share names of people that you're thinking of as we sing the Misha Berach prayer. It's page 253. Misha Berach Avotenu Avraham Yitzchak Sarah Rivka Rachel Leah Hu Yivarech Virapeh Et HaCholim Elna Rifana La Elna Rifana La Elna Rifana La Elna Rifana La Bishabeirach Avotenu Avraham Yitzchak Yaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, Leah, Hu Yivarech Virapeh Et HaCholim, Hu Yivarech Virapeh Et HaCholim. We continue now on page 282 as we rise for the Aleinu. עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוצר הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגובהי מרומים, הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, ידעת היום והשבות אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ אחד אין עוד, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. You may be seated. Tonight we will observe the Yortzeit of Diego Linares, and we will also the Yortzeits of so many others that have blessed us with their lives. They've been part of our family. They remind us of beautiful things like daisies and sunflowers, and they fill our lives, and they've given us a strong anchor. And even at times when that anchor didn't feel so strong, or moments that were difficult, we learned from them. We learned what we could take, what we couldn't take to our next part of our lives when we ourselves would be grown and be older. But it was that family core, that wonderful family core that held us together. And those of us who are blessed to have held on to family, whether it's we've lost our parents, but we have relatives and cousins, whatever it is, that is our core. That is what helps give us strength and joy. That is truly what we should be grateful for. We say Yortzeit tonight, we say Kaddish tonight for William Adder, Harry Albert, Lynn Beller, Ruth Blum, David Blumberg, Theodore Benjamin Chertok, Pearl Rosenberg Chester, Lena Coleman, Ellard G. Kahn, Frida Dahuki, Minnie Dean, Minnie Eisenberg, Charles Elias, John Albert Engel, Ada Mae Epstein, Hyman Feldman, Minnie Feldman, Florence Flaterman, Rosabelle Hoffman-Fried, Gloria Gilbert, I knew her, Reyes Gluck, Jacob Gold, Robert Golan, Harry Granger, Carl N. Hagman, Bunny Hankin, Samuel Hershenson, Arthur Kahn, Rabbi Jacob Kaplan, Molly Leah Kotoff, Myrtle Kohler, Michael Arthur Levine, Seymour Levy, Isabel Levkoff, Rose Lubin, Hattie Moss, Abe Mann, Felix Metzger, Dorothy T. Mondras, Deborah Muss Morgan, Ethel Blummer Olitsky, Rose Olson, Emily E. Asav, I'm not sure I know how to do this one, Ososkaya, forgive me on this one, Ruth Reeder, David E. Reinwald, Tess Rolnick, Dr. Joseph Rousseau, Jenny Berend Solomon, Norbert Salter, Jack Schillinger, another one I knew so well, Leopold L. Schwartz, Frank Seiden, Jacob Seidenberg, Rose Levy Simpson, Max Singer, Esther Smilo, Admiral Herbert Sobel, Phyllis Solman, Jess H. Spire, Frida Ubis Wolkowski, and Leo Zeltner. If there's anyone tonight that would like to mention a name of someone passing or their yahrzeit, please feel free to let us know. Thank you. So let's continue with the Kaddish, which can be found on 294. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, bi'alma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'b'yomechon u'b'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'gala u'b'zman kari v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevorach le'olam u'lomei olmaya, yit barach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei dekudsho barichu. Le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata. Tush b'chata v'nechemata. Damiran b'yalma v'yimru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Dear God, you who make peace in the heavens above, you who create a harmony on high, watch over us here on this earth, all of us that were blessed to have a loving, supportive family behind us to hold us, and those of us who've had loving friends and partners in their lives that truly made a difference for us. And we say, Amen. I hope, I want to thank, I've got Gabriel in the back with his wife. We don't have Maria Ayerbe. She hasn't been here not too much lately. I guess she's been very busy with her work. Pat Seymour at the piano. Alex, my dear friend over here, making sure that we're on and everyone could see us. I wish a sweet and good Shabbos to all of you, and we're going to sing an Oseh Shalom and come together with Kiddush. All right, let's see. I'll take that man. I'll take Reagan. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagalfen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvot v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho b'ahava uvratzon Hinchilanu zikaron lemahaseh bereshit ki hu yom techila lemikra'ei kodesh zecher letziat mitzrayim kivanu b'charta Yotanu kidashta mikol hamim v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava uvratzon hinachaltanu baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat, 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 Mekadesh HaShabbat. Amen. L'chaim, Reagan, you want to take the sip? It was just squeezed this morning, I promise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Good Shabbos, everyone. Oh, says shalom. Oh, says shalom. Bimromav. Oh, says shalom. Bimromav. Hu ya'aseh, hu ya'aseh, hu ya'aseh shalom. Hu ya'aseh, hu ya'aseh, hu ya'aseh shalom. Hu ya'aseh, hu ya'aseh, hu ya'aseh shalom. Alleluia. 1, 2, 3, 4. May the one who brings peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who brings peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who brings peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who brings peace bring peace down, bring peace down. Oh, says shalom. Bimromav. Oh, says shalom. Bimromav. Hu ya'aseh, hu ya'aseh, hu ya'aseh shalom. Hu ya'aseh, hu ya'aseh, hu ya'aseh shalom. Hu ya'aseh, hu ya'aseh, hu ya'aseh shalom. Alleluia. 1, 2, 3, 4. May the one who brings peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who brings peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who brings peace bring peace down. One more time. May the one who brings peace bring peace down, bring peace down. Good Shabbos, everyone. Oh.